It was up. He had to jump out a damn plane. I skipped ingenue right to deadly killer.
She was a powerful force on the screen. She's fearless.
She tore the movie industry up.
I think I started a movement.
Welcome back to TCM. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. I am joined once again by my friend Pam Grier. Pam is the focus of season 4 of TCM's podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Plot Thickens, available now, came out yesterday. Pam, thank you for being here. Thank you for the podcast. And thanks for talking about these movies. Coffee we just had, and now Foxy Brown. These are the two movies that defined your career. Is that fair?
That was very fair.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it. I just showed up. They dressed me. They did my hair, my makeup. I'll take credit for it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know that's nonsense. I mean, you're humble, and that's wonderful, right? But you, of course, had a great deal to do with it. This film that we have here is from 1974, Foxy Brown. This was a groundbreaking movie, but I was struck by a conversation I had earlier tonight, right after we showed Sheba Baby, your film, with Sherry Okeke, who's our story editor. And she said, she was in her 20s at this point, in 1997, when she saw Jackie Brown, which changed her life, which is why she wanted to work on this podcast. At that time, she still said, I had not seen a woman who looked like me leading a cast like that in a major motion picture, let alone a great motion picture. 23 years later, you're still making an impression on young black women and black women in their early 20s. I mean, that says something about you. It also says something about the slow pace of Hollywood.
Well, Hollywood is a business, and it's not in the hood, and it doesn't travel to the hood. It might see or listen to music in their clubs and discos, but I think what we're referring to is that we have a reality that we saw and grew up with. And I represented that. I represented a physical, demanding respect an African-American woman of color, black female lead who rides a jet ski and flies a plane, does things like James Bond. We didn't have the James Bond budget, but we were close. But I wanted women to feel comfortable in being, well, that's the man's work. I don't want the man to take care of me, wait for him. No, you need to get out there and be self-sufficient. And it was rural and urban. I just wanted them to be comfortable.
Before we get to the movie, I want to ask you about one thing, and I'm not asking you to delve into stuff that you're not comfortable with. You get into a lot of the trauma that you experienced in the podcast, and people should listen to that. But there's a scene in Foxy Brown where your character is sexually assaulted, and it's a ugly, raw scene that has some wonderful vengeance in it. But I can't imagine that shooting scenes like that weren't a challenge for you. I mean,
It's a challenge to me sitting here listening to, revisiting it.
Yeah. So how did you get through it? Did you, is
I've already been through the trauma of it, the reality of it, how painful it was. So now it's not going to be as painful, but I know how I would feel, look, smell. How do I convince people how painful it is? There are scenes that I can't revisit, but I was there enough to know, no, that's how that's going to look. That's how, so I was able to be the designer of the scene, to know how I'm going to react without passing out or having a heart attack.
Well, I just feel like I owe you a thanks for your willingness to share as much as you did. I think it's important to people. I think they'll hear it in the podcast, and I just want to thank you for that. And
yeah, it is. Thank you. Reliving trauma isn't easy.
On that note, let's watch Foxy Brown. Let's watch you get a little vengeance.
Vengeance is mine.
Yeah, everybody enjoys some good old-fashioned vengeance. From 1974, written and directed by Jack Hill. This is Pam Grier's defining performance from the first part of her career. This is Foxy Brown. Welcome back. I'm Ben Mankiewicz, joined by our guest tonight, none other than Pam Grier, who you just saw as Foxy Brown. Man, if coffee changed your life, Foxy must have rocked your world, how big a star you became.
I guess it did. There was no assumption. I just didn't know how it would be, because Foxy was more aggressive. She's going to stand up. She's going to get in your face, and just had that courage. And I didn't know if I could ever be that way unless pushed. And I thought it'd be interesting to show a certain side of women who may look angry but aren't, but it's physical. All women have different levels of emotion and anger and power and strength, and I wanted to bring that to film. And I just thought, okay, let's go for it. You kind of opened up the gates. The kittens are out, the horses are out, so let's see what happens. And I had we had the experiences, so we were able to make the stunts and budget and try to show the hood, the flavor, things that the audience would relate to. And I didn't want to lose that.
We talk about this extensively in the podcast. There's nearly a whole episode devoted to it. But give us a taste in 60 seconds or so of what it was like more than 20 years after Foxy Brown to have Quentin Tarantino reach out and say that he's writing a part for you, a part that became Jackie Brown.
Come on, you're not. No way. When I met him on the street, I was like, he did say he was doing it, and I didn't believe
the street,
him.
He was in his car.
He
right?
he was standing outside.
Oh, you were in the car.
I was in a car,
across.
and he was talking to someone, and this producer was sitting next to me saying, "No, it's out around town that he's doing something." Well, I live in Colorado, so I don't hear what's going on, but the rumor has it he's writing something for me. I was like, "Oh, go ahead." And he when I meet him, he comes over and he says, "Hi, I'm Quentin Tarantino."
He came up to your car window.
Yeah,
right?
and I hadn't seen him before. And he was very real and authentic. And I didn't want to believe him he was going to be that generous, because he had done Reservoir Dogs and he'd had me in for Pulp Fiction, and I didn't get that role. And I'd met him, but not knowing him, anything about him. And next thing you know, it arrives in the mail. And I opened it, I read it, and I asked him, I was supposed to call him immediately, and I didn't. And when I did, he said, "Pam, so what do you think?" What he says, "Well, I'm thinking I'm the Melanie character."
You didn't even realize that he
No.
said he'd written a part for you.
Yeah.
The movie's called Jackie Brown, and you think you're Melanie.
I'm thinking Melanie. He says, "No, you're Jackie Brown." I think he said, "She's dense. I don't even want to work with her. She's, But I said, "I'm Jackie Brown?" He says, Yeah. I wrote it for you. It's kind of like my Foxy Brown." But I was stunned that he would be so generous. But I think because I had done nothing but 4 years of theater, that I was prepared to work with him on his level. He rehearses. He's very intense. And I was just surprised that he wanted to be that generous for me because of my legacy of work. I just didn't think it would come so soon.
Well, again, there's more of your relationship with Quentin Tarantino and the brilliance of the film Jackie Brown in TCM's new podcast, Season 4 of The Plot Thickens, available now wherever you get podcasts. Pam, thank you for all you did to support us and the podcast, and thank you for coming in tonight and last week to talk about your films.
Thank you for having me. It was
Of course,
a pleasure.
You are always welcome here. Pam may be done for the night, but stay with us, because coming up next, one more with Pam Grier. Black Mama, White Mama is next on Turner Classic Movies.